In the news for March the 25th, 2017, Saturday. Well, today we know that the 50-year-old teacher was seen down in Texas with the 15-year-old girl that was kidnapped about 6 days ago. So, searches with authorities down in Texas and surrounding areas and counties are looking for this girl right now as we speak. And of course, the perimeters are being circulated. Actually, they got video on off of camera footage at a gas station where they got gas, which believes to be the silver car or gray car, silver car that they left in. That the girl was spotted in with him when she was adopted from when she was kidnapped from Tennessee. And so her parents are worried. So let's get this 15-year-old girl back to her parents as quick as we can. If anybody sees this person, don't try to approach him because he does have weapons. We do believe 2 guns. And so we need to make sure that make sure the authorities do their job and get all the information, get the license plate, get the color of the car, get the girl, if you see her, the picture of the girl. She seems to be a nice girl. But, another story came out today that a girl was beaten in a West End, or not a West End, but a Henrico County shopping center. And I was so worried. I was so glad and relieved to know that it wasn't Shawn Shields, because I know she does hand out tracts to Muslims and different people. And, she sometimes does say stuff that does make people angry. And, I'm just so glad it wasn't her, especially with the lies that are told that she continues to tell and things. So, but I'm so relieved that it wasn't her. I really am, and I'm very thankful that it wasn't her. Because I still have a heart, and I'm still here. But thank God that she's okay, and glad it wasn't her. But I feel sorry for the woman that did get beat Wednesday night at Henrico Shopping Center. Please be in prayer for that person and for the family who was affected. And of course, we're going to have warm temperatures up in the middle to upper 70s today and near 80 degrees possibly tomorrow in some areas here tomorrow as well as Sunday. So we're going to have warm temperatures all the way through Wednesday of next week. And of course, it will cool down on Wednesday and the highs will be around 69. And then it'll get down to the low 60s for Thursday and Friday and it'll shoot back up into the 70s Saturday and Sunday. So looks like spring has finally come here. Matter of fact, you can tell because the pollen rates and levels are up. So if you're a sensitive group that has asthma or anything like that, you just make sure to take your inhaler with you if you decide to go on a walk or anything, and make sure if it gets real bad, then close your windows so it don't get real bad in your apartment. Just cut the air on if it gets too hot. Just keep your windows shut so the allergens don't build up in your apartment if you have a problem with that. And of course, they're still continuing to want to threaten and to kill Trump. And a matter of fact, the Democrats did reverse the bill on repealing or actually dismantling Obamacare, basically. The Democrats would not vote on it fully. They want to pull the bill for now. And they would not vote it through because they didn't want a lot of those people who were of the old Obama system. Some of them are still in there. And that's why they will not vote to pass this bill to dismantle Obamacare to do a better bill with Trump. And of course, they're still threatening his life and still threatening to shut down a lot of news groups. Matter of fact, Zuckerberg, who is owner of Facebook, went on the air and said, a few years ago, that's taped on a taped interview. He said those MFers, they trust me. Well, he basically said that we were stupid and to trust him. Those MFers trust me. That's what he was saying, motherfuckers. Trust me with their information. They're so stupid is basically what Zuckerberg said, at the Facebook conference just a few years ago. So, that goes to show you he's nobody who you can trust. And also, just want to tell you, I love you very much. You know who you are. And I think you're wonderful. And don't change a thing. Because God made you the way you are because you're beautiful. And always remember that. Because love is love. And God is love. That's why He will bring us together when it's the right, appropriate time. So anyway, this is Michael. We know your mother needs help. We know she needs a lot of mental help. We know she's got so many problems with her, but we all have to be loving. And hope that she does get that help. And hopefully she realizes the truth and stop talking with Barbara Poe and talking with the other barber who's in collusion with them and been doing this for the past year to try to get information from me, which I haven't done anything wrong, to say the least. But anyway, that's their theory. Or, and then going to the neighbors around here trying to stir up things to get everybody all upset with Miriam and trying to talk to. Miriam's not going to have any part of it, at least that's what she told me. And I tend to believe her because she's an honest person. And of course, they go on to Kathy and they Tucker, and they were trying to get information out of her, both Danny and the other barber, and Barbara Poe went to her too, and they're trying to get information out of her. And Patricia, they're all in it. So we got the four musketeers. We got the barbers, the two barbers, Barbara Poe, and the other barber. I don't know what her name is. I call her Nosy or Two Faced. And then we got Danny and Dummy. That's what I call them. And then we have Patricia. So Sean was out there talking to these people, and of course, people that lie, that's what they do. They do a lot of sneaky stuff because they lie, because the story keeps changing, and that's what happens when we tell a lie. It always has to keep changing. So that's what Sean does, because she hangs around with these people and in collusion with them, and it's horrible. But what she thinks maybe being good for her daughter, what she's doing, is actually going to backfire. It's not good what she's doing. Brainwashing, telling your daughter lies, and getting her all mad, and confusing her and saying things that aren't true is not going to help the situation. My advice is just let things take their course. You may not like the way it goes if it goes another way, but if God's in it, then leave it alone. Because otherwise, if you don't, it's just going to make things harder on you. Because God still may have other plans for your daughter and for who she's going to be with, other than what you think it should be as a parent. When you start looking at things with spiritual eyes instead of seeing them through physical eyes, because spiritual eyes, if you're Christian, we're supposed to look through things with spiritual eyes more so than physical. That's why the spiritual condition of a person is more important. When it comes to all things, we need to examine things first with spiritual eyes. And usually, if you know a person, how you look at a person and how you look at them should be different too. If this was like a strange situation, or if this was like a one-sided thing, then I can understand why you would get mad the way you do, because that would be perfectly normal. But since we know each other, and we all know each other, it's not a one-sided thing, then this should be looked at differently. And, because I'm a Christian, I told you the truth. I'm not doing nothing, and I haven't, and I won't. And I hope that you can believe me and believe your daughter, because it's the truth. So, anyway, I just hope this helps people, because, you can be falsely accused of stuff because they just want to, kick you out of the family, and you just make up something just to justify their behavior. And sometimes people do stuff like this because they just don't want to have you in the family because you're emotionally draining and, hard, and they don't want to hear the truth, so they just kick you out of the family because they don't want to deal with that. And some people are like this in your life. And, I've had it happen to me. And, I don't know what's going to happen with me and this girl. But, I leave it all totally in God's hands. And God knows what the truth is and knows what really happened and knows everything about it. Just like we know who are involved. Everybody knows the truth. Not the truth that they're trying to manufacture, but the real truth. So anyway, take care. This is Michael for In the News for March the 25th, 2017. And I have more updates. And of course, take care.